a man of wisdom, resilience, and leadership. Abraham Lincoln's words continue to inspire generations. His insights on life, success, and character remain as powerful today as they were in his time. Join us as we explore the timeless wisdom of one of history's greatest leaders.
The best way to predict your future is to create it. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other one thing. I am a slow walker, but I never walk back. The better part of one's life consists of his friendships. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. A house divided against itself cannot stand. I don't like that man. I must get to know him better. Leave nothing for tomorrow which can be done today. You cannot help people permanently by doing for them what they could and should do for themselves. Whatever you are, be a good one. He has a right to criticize who has a heart to help. A capacity and taste for reading gives access to whatever has already been discovered by others. Success is going from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. I have always found that mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends? It often requires more courage to dare to do right than to fear to do wrong. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. A new opinion is always suspected and usually opposed, without any reason other than it is not already common. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. The people will save their government if the government itself will allow them. Let us have faith that right makes might, and in that faith, let us dare to do our duty as we understand it. Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. The best leaders are those most interested in surrounding themselves with associates smarter than they are. Commitment is what transforms a promise into reality. Public sentiment is everything. With public sentiment, nothing can fail. Without it, nothing can succeed. Force is all-conquering, but its victories are short-lived. With malice toward none, with charity for all, let us strive on to finish the work we are in. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. It is difficult to make a man miserable while he feels worthy of himself and claims kindred to the great God who made him. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. No man is good enough to govern another man without the other's consent. If there is anything that a man can do well, I say let him do it. Give him a chance. Towering genius disdains a beaten path. It seeks regions hitherto unexplored. To ease another's heartache is to forget one's own. The struggle of today is not altogether for today. It is for a vast future also. Character is like a tree, and reputation like its shadow. The shadow is what we think of it. The tree is the real thing. Every man's happiness is his own responsibility. A man watches his pear tree day after day, impatient for the ripening of the fruit. Let him attempt to force the process, and he may spoil both fruit and tree. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep doing so until the end. No man stands so tall as when he stoops to help a child. The highest art is always the most human. The greatest fine art of the future will be the making of a comfortable living from a small piece of land. You have to do your own growing, no matter how tall your grandfather was. The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. The path to success is dotted with many tempting parking spaces. Leadership is not about power, but about responsibility. A true leader is not the one who boasts the loudest, but the one who listens the most. The surest way to fail is to quit when things get tough. A leader's true strength is measured in the patience they show during adversity. No man ever made a great leader by merely following where the path may lead. The greatest challenge in life is not knowing what to do, but having the courage to do it. A man's legacy is built not on what he says, but on what he does. Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom. Good leadership is the art of getting others to do what needs to be done because they want to do it. Success comes to those who refuse to be defeated by failure. A great mind is never content with yesterday's progress. Patience and perseverance have a magical effect before which difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish. I have no desire to be remembered for words. Let my deeds speak for themselves. One should never claim all the credit for a success, nor blame others entirely for a failure. Progress is not made by standing still. It is far better to be silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. No man ever got lost on a straight road. The highest reward for hard work is not what you get for it, but what you become by it. Every new idea starts as a mere whisper against the roaring tide of the past. When you take the easy path, you often miss the best destinations. The best leaders take no credit when things go right and accept all responsibility when things go wrong. The weight of a leader is measured by the burdens they choose to carry for others. A man's true strength is revealed when he stands alone, yet remains unshaken. Daring to begin is half the battle won. A weak man waits for circumstances to change. A strong man changes them himself. When the storm rages, the wise man does not curse the wind, he adjusts his sails. A divided purpose is a sure recipe for failure. An enemy is often nothing more than a misunderstood friend. Do not complain about the darkness. Light a candle instead. A good leader lights the way but does not walk it for others. You cannot build character by dodging responsibility. Progress is impossible without change, and change is often uncomfortable. No man ever led others wisely who could not first lead himself. The foundation of leadership is trust, and trust is earned through integrity. The greatest victories are often won in silence before the battle even begins. A leader is not defined by their title, but by their actions. If you wish to inspire, first learn to be inspired. To rise, one must be willing to lift others. The best lessons in life come not from books, but from experience. Time spent preparing is never time wasted. A person's true worth is revealed when they stand for what is right, even when they stand alone. Nothing worthwhile ever comes easy, nor should it. You may not control all the events that happen, but you can control how you respond to them. A man cannot truly lead until he understands the people he leads. The simplest solutions are often the wisest. Every setback carries within it the seed of an even greater comeback. Lead with courage, walk with humility, and serve with integrity. When the path is unclear, keep moving forward. Clarity comes with action. You need not be the loudest voice to be heard, nor the strongest to be felt. True leadership is not about being in charge, but about taking care of those in your charge. A man is not defeated when he falls, but when he refuses to rise again. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the resolve to act despite it. A wise leader knows that the best way to gain respect is to first give it. Do not mistake motion for progress. Even a rocking chair moves, but it goes nowhere. The greatest leaders are those who serve with an open hand rather than a clenched fist. No decision is truly difficult when guided by principle. The path to wisdom begins with listening more than speaking. A promise made must be a promise kept, for character is built on trust. The true test of a leader is how they act when no one is watching. Fear may delay a man, but only doubt can stop him. If you would change the world, begin by changing yourself. It is not the height of a man that makes him great, but the depth of his convictions. Patience is often the strongest form of power. A wise man sees obstacles as lessons, not barriers. Success is not about outshining others, but about illuminating the way for them. A divided effort is a wasted effort. The best leaders inspire others to believe in themselves. Strength is not shown in harsh words, but in measured restraint. The most difficult decisions are often the ones most worth making. If you wish to earn loyalty, first learn to give it. A river cuts through rock not by force, but by persistence. No man is truly poor if he has good character. It is not enough to have a vision. One must have the will to see it through. If you seek to be remembered, live a life worth remembering. Progress does not come from waiting, it comes from doing. Never let pride stand in the way of learning. The mind is sharpened not by agreement, but by debate. A wise man does not fear change, for change is the foundation of progress. It is easy to break a single stick, but a bundle is strong. So too is a united people. Be patient in thought, but swift in action. If you would lead men, let them see you walk beside them. Strength is proven not in how hard one strikes, but in how well one endures. No worthy goal was ever achieved without struggle. The first step to solving a problem is the courage to admit it exists. You cannot teach a man who believes he already knows everything. One should never let yesterday's failures define tomorrow's opportunities. A small act of kindness can carry more weight than 1,000 grand speeches. The truest measure of success is the good one leaves behind.